Hi folks, you should be aware that there are riots taking place in China at the western province called Xinjiang Province. Xinjiang Province was at one time predominantly made up of a group of people called the Uyghurs who spoke a variation of the Turkish language, who also their main religion was Islam. They were Muslims, alright? Well, the Chinese rolled into the region in 1949 and says, you're no longer independent, you're part of the main commie land. So the commies did what commies always do. They suppressed their religion, they suppressed their culture, they suppressed their language. Any Uyghur under 18 years old is prohibited from entering a mosque. So they were once the majority in Xinjiang Province, but then the Chinese moved in, Han Chinese, into the region to populate the area, to where now the Uyghurs are a minority population in their own province. So about a week or so ago, at a toy factory, there was a clash between Uyghurs and other Chinese, resulting in the death of 2 Uyghurs. The Uyghurs asked the commie Chinese to investigate, and the commie Chinese told them, to you, eh? So the Uyghurs got upset, and they held a protest. Well, the commies don't like protests, and they told them, disband and go home. And they said, no, we want to know you're going to hold an investigation. Well, the commies met the protest in their usual fashion. You know, you can basically understand that would happen anywhere in the world when you try to break up what they call an illegal protest, with batons, sticks, and shields. Well, this upset the Uyghurs that they got beat upon viciously by the commie Chinese, so they started to fight back with bottles and rocks and bricks. It turned into a riot. Now, in the civilized world, when there's a riot, it is usually met with tear gas, rubber bullets, or water cannons. The commies don't afford the Uyghurs that luxury of being treated as civilized people. The commies met the rioters with bullets. Yeah! Good old-fashioned bullets, resulting in the death of about 150 Uyghurs or more. So, you're saying now that's how Chinese communists handle rioters, is with bullets? Really? In the same province, in the same towns, the Han Chinese rose up and they wanted to protest and beat up some of the Uyghurs, so they gathered. And you want to know how the communist authorities disbanded or fought back the Han Chinese who were rioting or going to riot? Tear gas. The Han Chinese get tear gas, the Uyghurs get bullets. You got a problem there. So now, the Han Chinese corner some Uyghurs in the building, and they're throwing rocks at the building. Did the policeman stop them? No. Look at this photograph of the one Chinese commie policeman there with a gun, and he's not doing anything to try to stop them from attacking the Uyghurs hitting in that building. Look. It looks like the gun was pointed towards the Uyghurs and not towards the Han Chinese. So now the Chinese want to know who was involved in these riots, and they were going to arrest him. No, not the Hans, the Uyghurs. So they bashed in the doors of the homes and apartments where Uyghurs were living. No search warrant, no probable cause, and if they found any males, they stripped them. They tore their clothes off right there, and all their glory standing there nude. It's because the commies were looking to see if any of those Han males, if any of those Uyghur males had bruises on their body. And if they did, that meant they were in the riot, and they got arrested for being in the riot. Never mind the person could have fell down the steps the day before. No, if you had a bruise, it was because you were at the riot, so they got arrested. So now the Uyghur women, God bless you. You remind me of a Sicilian woman. Very feisty. You gotta love it. They protest. Look. So 20 years after Tiananmen Square, we have an icon photograph of Tiananmen Square. Well, I would think this photograph should be the icon photograph of the Xinjiang riots. Typical. That's how the commies meet the Uyghurs rioters, with bullets, whereas when the Hans were rioting, they're met with tear gas. Duplicity by the commies who say, everybody's equal. That's why communism, wherever it rears its ugly head, needs to be suppressed in the arena of ideas, because they are bankrupt, they're uncivilized, and basically inhuman. There's no discussing logic with these folks. So now, 3 or 4 days after these riots and demonstrations begin, the Chinese then decide, hey, we're going to investigate the murder of those Uyghurs. Yeah! Don't worry about it. We got it under hand here. We got it under control. Yeah. After the protests, after the demonstrations, after the riots, after the murderers, after the mass arrests, now you're going to investigate. Alright, folks, to the Uyghurs, you need to understand that the civilized world, we are behind you. Alright, we'll see you. God bless you. God bless America. And God bless the nation you happen to be in. See ya.
We are springing to the call for 300,000 more, shouting the battle cry of freedom.